What if love wasn't really that what you thought it was? What if love is something completely different? What if love would be something coming from a totally different angle? Here is some food for thought. Um, what I've learned from the last 90 recitations from The Greatest Salesman in the World, scroll number 2. This is what I've learned from this, from the 90 recitations from the 30 days. One thing is, everything in me was going against this at times of doing this, even with this love, because I really felt things in me changing. And of course, people say they want to change, but when it comes down to it, they don't change anyway. They basically want to stay the same and really cling to old perceptions. So what this really does is it reprograms your subconscious so that you're automatically doing new things that you really want to be doing rather than doing things that where you're self-destructing your life at times. Now, with this love, with this notion of love, love is really it's unconditional. It's open. It's free. It's not demanding. It's not, if you do something for me, I'll do something for you. But at the same time, you're loving yourself the most, and that's also very clear, because if you're not loving yourself the most, you're actually pulling in people that don't love themselves 100% either. So you have a really unbalanced type of situation there. And the drama is pre-programmed. So that would be a very difficult situation to be in. Been there, seen that, had enough of that in my life, and I don't want to live a life like that, that's for sure. Who would want a life like that? So we both agreed, so my partner and I, who are doing the Greatest Salesman in the World, Scroll II, I will greet this day with love in my heart, because we'll be doing it all of next year, probably for the rest of our life, learning to love ourselves more and more, because who was brought up like that to love yourself 100%? There are some people that are very fortunate with very loving persons and so forth like that to be brought up, but still you have to make your own experiences, even if you're brought up in an optimal way, how to love yourself optimally and to really take everything who you are completely and just really just love the heck out of it. Yeah. I know I will take a little bit more time, that's for sure. We are finished with the scrolls in February 29th of next year. We now have the 30th of June, and so we're finished with the scrolls right now for our Greet This Day with Love in My Heart. This has been the most difficult challenge of doing the Greatest Salesman in the World, and I'm pretty sure this will be the most difficult thing that we'll be doing throughout the next couple of hundred of days, because reading every day with love in one's heart and really living each day with complete love without trying to play any games with other persons or one with self, it's an ongoing process. Yeah, it's a little bit like going in a fitness studio, and you get a really good basis. So some people went in a fitness studio for many years. This is what it feels like, and they have a nice basis. They have a nice athletic basis. You know what I mean? You know people like that. They went in sports over their life, and even if they don't do anything, they still look pretty darn good, even if they don't do anything. And so that's a little bit like this with loving yourself. You go to this fitness studio, and this is like with the scrolls right now, and that's what I also talked to with my colleague today, that we have to stay on the ball with this. We have to practice this. We have to find new methods to do this. From Dr. Alex Lloyd, I got a sheet from the 7 Great Principles. It's from the Healing Code. So I work on that. I meditate on that every morning. I have been doing it since the seminar for 2 weeks. So I'm doing that along with the scrolls every day. And it has everything to do with unconditional love, with joy, and so forth. So that's my review for the last 30 days. It was really, really hard. I don't want to lie. If you want to do this, you've got to be half crazy. But if you do this, then you're one of the few people that realize motivation and all these motivation trainings and so forth. This 97% failure rate. That's what I did as well in the past. I watched some motivational videos and so forth, and you just basically, yeah, it's cotton candy for the brain. It works for a while, and then you drop off, and you're back into your old habits. The only way to really change your habits is to do it through your subconscious and deprogram and reprogram your subconscious. Yeah, that's, I notice I have a very solemn type of air to myself saying all this review. It's not really hoo, because it's really hard, and I think it really comes through when you see this video. But it's a lot of fun. You learn a lot, and you really learn what love really is. Yes. So, I'm looking forward to the next scroll. Thank you very much for watching the videos, for staying in tuned, and looking forward to the next couple of 100 days more. All the best, and as always, peace.